I'm gonna play the intro. Hey guys, I'm Jordan Fromer. I believe in hunting hard, hunting smart, and having a fun time while doing it. And shooting limits, well, that's just the icing on the cake. I revel in the journey just as much as the successes it brings. From ducks to dogs to decoys and guns, we'll be talking tactics, strategies, and what it takes to get the job done. Load up and take aim. This is the Duck Gun Podcast. What's going on, folks? Thanks again for joining us on another episode of the Duck Gun Podcast. I'm Jordan from Duck Gun Chronicles on YouTube. Got my co-host alongside me, Elliot from Freelance Duck Hunting, and a whole slew of guests. Got Matt from Prairie, Sportsmen. We got Titus from Mid-Valley Mercenary, and we got Thomas from Virginia Outdoors Unlimited. All YouTubers as well. So thanks, guys, for joining us.
No problem.
Yeah, it's great to have you guys all here. This is going to be interesting discussion, I think.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
So anyways, I guess let's everybody just give a little bit of a brief introduction of yourself, you know, where you hunt at, your channel, that kind of stuff. Let's start with you, Thomas.
All right, so my channel is Virginia Outdoors Limited. I hunt in Virginia, kind of all over the place, and it's my third year waterfowling, like seriously waterfowling.
Awesome. All right, you want to go next, Titus?
Sure, yeah. I'm Titus with Mid-Valley Mercenaries, and I live in California, and I hunt California all over the place. And yeah, I've been doing it since first time I went, I was 9. I've been doing it solid since I was 15. So, and I'm 34 now, getting to be an old man. So that's me.
Awesome. And Matt?
I'm Matt from Prairie, Sportsmen. We hunt all class, and I've been duck hunting since I was 4.
And how old are you now? Nice. Well, I think Elliot, you still have everybody beat on years duck hunting. So
Yeah, and age, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious with the intro and talking about their stuff. Maybe if we could go back around and just kind of what got you to make the decision to start filming your hunts and putting them on YouTube.
Sure. Let's go in reverse order. Let's go with Matt to start with.
Well, I just watched YouTube much, other than like the main shows, and me and my buddies like, hey, we should start recording. Last summer, I was just like, you know what? I just bought a couple GoPros, and here we are a year later.
Nice. And Titus?
Yeah, I hadn't even been watching anything on YouTube. I don't even know what, I kind of done a few videos of flying helicopters several years ago. I've had an actual channel, but I didn't do anything with it since 2006. And then just last season, I don't know, I just like, you know what? We have so much fun. We laugh. We have all the stuff that happens, and like we have no way of like ever bringing that back, you know. So I was the annoying guy that wore the GoPro and made everybody talk in the camera last year. You know, nobody liked it at first. You know, they're like, man, we don't have time for that. Let's get out there. Let's hunt, whatever. But then after a couple videos in, everybody was like, man, this is cool. You know, I like this and stuff. So I just want to share and save that memory for myself personally. And then, to be honest with you, just got kind of lucky. Kind of the videos started taking off. I was kind of shocked, to be honest with you.
Nice.
So that's how it happened. Kind of accident, to be honest with
you. Thomas?
Yeah, for me, I bought a GoPro my freshman year of high school to kind of film some dove hunts and filmed a few videos off and on. But, you know, I was normally hunting with my dad and his friends, given that I couldn't drive. And it was always kind of awkward pulling out a camera, so I never really filmed much. And then once I started to drive and hunt by myself, I was watching videos. That was the season. I guess the season I really started filming was the season after Elliot started putting out his first season. And I watched a lot of those. And I was like, this is really cool. I want to do this myself. So I started doing kind of more of the vlog style stuff, and just started having a ton of fun with it. You know, going back, I'd like watch videos and learn stuff and remember stuff that I didn't remember from the hunts. And I started sharing it with some of the hunting buddies I've made kind of recently, and they're all really into shooting videos and stuff. So whenever we go out, you know, it's about the hunting, but also we're kind of focused now on getting good videos and things of that nature. So that's a lot of fun.
Awesome. Elliot, you want to go back through and say why you started filming hunts?
Oh, mine was, I think, fairly similar to Titus in that I just wanted to record memories. And my dad had been bringing around a video camera out hunting and otherwise for years and years. So I had wanted to just start a video log where I talk about what happens after the hunt. I really wasn't thinking about recording the hunts. And so I got this camera in my hand, threw it in my bag and brought it along, and then just started hitting record a bunch of times. And next thing I know, people were watching it. and at some point I was like, okay, this is actually growing. I'm going to put effort and try to go for this and see how much I can build it. But in the end, for me, it's still about my own personal enjoyment more than it is anything else.
Yeah, definitely agree with everybody on that. So I guess kind of we're all YouTubers, and we've probably all been watching YouTube since kind of before we did our videos. So just kind of out of my own curiosity, do you guys remember the first YouTube channel that you kind of watched regularly as far as a duck hunting YouTube channel? Anyone you guys want to jump in there first?
For me, it was Slade Northwest. I remember watching some of their first videos back in the day, and they just captivated me. They were so much different than the duck hunting TV shows you'd see on TV. You know, they weren't necessarily the like super, like they weren't the in the blind style, I guess, like vlog style. They were more like actual produced videos, but they were still really cool. And I remember watching some of them and really enjoying those. So that was the first duck hunting channel I really started watching.
For me, mine was, I think, DLC 300, which is Ducklander Calls. And they started putting out videos, I think, 2012. And we had Bobby on our podcast, one of my favorite podcasts. And they actually hunt locally in the area. So I knew they were hunting public land. And I didn't quite know where, but I knew it was around. And man, I was just that was the first time I remember really getting into YouTube, just home done YouTube waterfowl videos.
Nice.
For me, you know, actually my mind's going blank right now. Valid Reality, to be honest with you, I remember seeing them. I don't know how long they have had their channel, but I would say it's been
a long time.
It's been quite a while, right? And I
think around 2011, 2012.
Was it? Okay. Because I think it went all the way back to then. And it wasn't like I subscribed to it, but it wasn't like, it was like one of those things where it is now, like, it was just, oh, you hit the subscribe button, you don't really know what it means, you know? It's like, okay, what does this mean? Now, like, I've got a whole lot more understanding of it and tried to explain it to people. But yeah, I watched their stuff. I think that was probably the first thing, but I still never registered in my mind like, oh yeah, I should try to make videos, because it still kind of resembled like a more of a TV interview-ish, kill shots, memories, you know, friends, stuff like that. So, but then once I did start making videos, then I would start seeing your guys' channels, you know, underneath mine. I'm like, oh man, there's other guys, you know, there's a lot more people doing this I didn't even know about. So it's kind of cool, because then I got to start seeing who all was doing this too. You know, I was like, oh, this is cool.
Matt?
Yeah, I Fouled Reality would probably be one of the first. I mean, I really didn't subscribe to duck hunting channels before really doing this. I, you know, kind of just Googled duck hunting and then watch shows. And then, because I didn't even know about most of these guys before last year, kind of just stumbled upon it. And, and now that's pretty much.
Yeah, for me, kind of stepping back for the last question, you know, continuation onto that is when I started looking at YouTube channels. That's when I saw, you know, Fouled Reality, and I saw Elliot's channel. This is like right when I decided I was gonna do my own YouTube channel. right when I kind of looked into watching duck hunting on YouTube. You know, and I can remember like the actual thumbnail, the first video I saw of Elliot's. It's got Izzy standing up on like, I think it's like multiple boats, and and that was one of the first YouTube videos I watched. And then like along with Fouled Reality, I think they're kind of like a staple of YouTube as well. Just you know, a very well produced show that's on YouTube. So kind of watching the combination of those two got me started, and then I'm like, you know what, I think I can do this too. And I mean, I couldn't do it on that level when I started, obviously, but you know, working up to it and getting pretty good at it.
I think back when Fouled Reality, when they first started, I think it was Ducklander Calls and Fouled Reality were the only two that were really, they were still kind of produced, but it was not as much so at that point as like what you would see on some of the outdoor channels and stuff. I think those were the first two guys that really started going at it, and that was quite a while ago. It's been almost, then you just had all the once the GoPros came out, you just had tons of kill shot videos, just rock music and a GoPro on your head, and that reigned supreme for a long time. 4 or 5 years. Thank God that phase is over.
I can use a little rock music and kill shots, but you know, as long as you got the other stuff in there too, you know, that's when you get a solid combination, not just only one.
Yeah, well, I mean, if it's done well, but I mean, those videos was literally just guys putting it on their head and not editing hardly anything. So it was mostly just swinging screen and yeah, I mean, a GoPro on your head or a GoPro in general can be really add to what you're doing if you do it properly. But
yeah, especially with these new ones.
Properly back then.
Yeah. So I guess let's talk about kind of the upcoming season. You know, for some of us, notably not in California or in Virginia, we've had teal hunts going on. I guess Virginia, you've been getting on the geese, but Titus, you got the long wait still.
All right, dogs.
How long you got? How long you got to wait for your season open?
October 20th.
And how jealous are you of the teal
calendar.
hunts?
I'm very jealous. I'm losing sleep over this. Gets me all fresh and hot. Your shots are all dialed in by the time I start hunting. But we do have an early goose though. Come September 29th is opening day, and it goes to I think the 3rd. I'm sorry, September 29th to October 3rd. So
that's a short season.
We're trying to get these spots dialed in. Yeah, it's super short, just enough to get you kind of wanting it more, you know.
Yeah. How about you, Thomas? You got any big plans for season, or when's your season open up and all that kind of stuff?
So our teal season, so I'm located now basically west of Interstate 95. So our teal season opens 2 different times. East of 95, it opened on Monday, and west of 95, it opens on Friday. So I plan on going east of 95 to hunt teal tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. Reports are still kind of bleak, given that the hurricane just blew through there. And then west of 95, we found very few in terms of, I'm talking 8 to 10 birds on one spot. So we're hoping to target them Friday. But besides that, just looking forward to October. The first weekend in October, we have an early duck season, and then we have to wait again until November to get after them here.
And Matt?
Yeah, our zone to the north of us opens up. So that's up in the Sandhills, and we got 3 weeks of that before the season around here opens up. So
yeah, and you've been smacking down the teal pretty good here early season as well.
Yeah, it's been a phenomenal teal year. Can't even talk. Teal year. There's out here. It's crazy.
Nice. Your audio is kind of cutting out a little bit there, Matt. I think it might be your connection. I don't know if you can move closer to your router or something like that. Sorry, folks. Technical difficulties. Trying to resolve this real quick. So, Elliot, I guess go ahead and what are your plans for season? And you know,
well, we're just finishing up our early teal season. We've got one more weekend of that. So I've been on 4 teal hunts already, and then the 5th and final teal hunt is coming this Saturday. Then we've got a week off, and then we've got early zone youth opener, and we'll have. I'm not going on that one, but we've got two of the boys and Aiden and my dad are taking those guys out. Then the weekend after that, which I think it's the 13th, we have early zone opening up, so we'll hunt that, and then we'll have the youth hunt for the regular zone that'll hunt, and then everything opens up after that. So we have 1 week off. Next week is our only week with no hunting at all from now until the end of January, or maybe even into February if we hit the late season geese. So it's on at this point.
I think I'm gonna need to contact a realtor because I'm moving to Kansas.
Yeah. Well, where I've been hunting teal, it's only a couple hours south of where Matt is, and the funny thing, he's shooting a lot of green wings and we're shooting like none. So we've got, like, I think we ended up with all the guys that had in our group were at 95 teal. So I mean, but he's seeing a lot of them, which is really weird. Matt, isn't it you're about 2 hours north of? I'm at. Well, I don't want to say where I'm at, but I think it's about 2 hours north from where you're at. Maybe 3, but not a ton. But I know he's got tons of teal. We've got tons of teal, and then the guys down in Oklahoma I see are saying they don't have many. So maybe they're just stuck up around us. But it's been a phenomenal teal season, for the best teal season I've ever had, for sure.
Yeah, me as well, but that doesn't mean anything compared to Kansas season.
Yeah, that center part of the flyway, it sure does get loaded down with teal. Teal love those shallow smart weed beds, and I don't know, we just seem to have a ton of those in these shallow prairie marshes. And from watching Matt's videos, a lot of his are kind of in those shallow same types of pools as what we're hunting. Not all of them, but
nice. So yeah, I guess for me, my season doesn't start till the 20th. I guess that's a pretty common season opener date because you got that California, we got that Indiana, and is yours 1 week before that, Elliot? Is that right?
We have one zone that opens a week before that. Yeah, our state's cut into like 4 zones, so
okay.
They open up at different times.
Yeah, ours is cut in 3 zones as well. I guess I'm northern Indiana opens the 20th, but. Anyways, yeah, can't wait for the big season to start. Still got one more weekend of till, but I don't have any birds located. I had one spot locally I was hoping to hunt, and they're kind of all flown off from there. So, it is what it is, but can't wait for season to start.
But that front's coming in now. I know we've got a front coming in Friday. I imagine you guys are getting that too, aren't you?
Yeah, it's getting a lot cooler, but I mean, I don't know how many more birds there are north of us opposed to south of us, so probably more south of us at this point.
Well, I know we still have a ton of birds north of us, I'm sure, because we haven't had any kind of speakable migration at all since a couple days before the opener.
Yeah. So I guess one thing we've done in the past, but you guys haven't been on in a while, but we always kind of do either a this or that or a lightning round. So we're going to jump into the lightning round with you guys. We'll just go around, kind of quick questions, quick answers, and jump right into it. So what shotgun do you guys shoot? We'll start with Thomas.
Stoker M3500.
All right, Mid-Valley Mercenary.
Browning A5.
Attaboy. Matt.
Remington 870 for teal, and then Remington Versamax for everything else.
Elliot.
Beretta A300.
A5 all day for me. Shotgun ammo. We'll go in the same order, guys. Thomas.
Oh boy, here we
go. Remington Hyper Steel.
Titus.
Okay. I don't know yet. We got a lot of testing going on right now.
Yeah.
I always did shoot Super X, but that ain't going to be that way this year.
X and Kent's for me.
Kent's. I've shot a lot of Super X in the past. I still shoot it, and I also have been shooting some teal steel for teal season. Worked pretty good. Elliot.
Yeah, we've been shooting Federals for years and years. I went to Kent for a little while, but we're still shooting Federals. I like the 1 1/8 load of Federals, which is a lot faster. It's 1550 versus the 1 1/4 ounce is 1400. So we try to shoot the fastest loads possible, and 1550 is pretty fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't like going much higher than that. That's pretty good speed right there. Let's see. What is the next question on there? Beard or no beard? We'll just jump to that one.
Still can't grow it. Been trying.
Own it. Own it.
You know me, I'm not the full-time beard guy I should be though, but you guys are the ones that keep it year round. But I during duck season about a month I started growing it back, so but I definitely do like the beard.
The beard for duck season.
Elliot.
Yeah, I'm do year round. If I take mine off, my kids get all mad and start not talking to me.
Yeah, and so I do the beard as well for duck season. But I was gonna kind of throw out a challenge that, you know, I'd been kind of pondering this idea for a while. But have you guys ever seen the memes of like before season and after season with like Leonardo DiCaprio, the actor, and it shows him like from like, I don't know what the movie is, like Titanic or Great Gatsby, and he's standing there like all looking like fresh and clean cut, and then it shows him like getting attacked, like right after he got attacked by the grizzly and Revenant, is that what it's called? I can't remember what the bear movie is. Yeah. And they show like that's the meme is like first day of season versus last day of season. And so I was kind of going to throw out a challenge for us YouTubers to kind of see, you know, let's stop trimming our beards now. Maybe you can trim up the sides or something, and let's everybody grow them out completely, and we'll do before and after pictures and post them in the Facebook group.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
Everybody down for that?
You gotta let me trim it. You gotta let me trim though. I mean, I hate it when it gets fluffy and big on the side.
Okay, you can trim the sides, Elliot, but you gotta grow it out this way.
Okay, I've been planning. That sounds good. I'm in.
All right, so nobody else. We'll contact the other YouTubers. And,
Matt's in. I've seen his beard a lot longer. When I hung out with Matt on the fishing trip, his beard was a lot longer than it is now.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, my brother just sent me a picture of my fluffy beard, so yeah, I'll go for it. My wife might not be happy at me, but that's all right.
Sorry, Thomas. I guess you'll have to sit this one out.
I'll
for the picture, he can get a fake beard for the picture.
There you go.
Yeah. I'll rock a Santa beard.
Let's go with shot size for ducks. Thomas.
Number 2. Ducks in.
And Mid-Valley Mercenary probably going to be difficult again. Haven't decided.
Yeah, I still like 3'3" though. I'm still going to stick with that, I think. It may be 2s this year. I was surprised some of the patterns that I've seen on a lot of these shells. So mainly I still like 3'3" though.
All right. Matt?
I go 4s until late goose season, then I just use 2s in case geese come in too.
Elliot?
I've always gone 2s late season, but this year we switched to 6s for teal, and I'm really, really happy with how they patterned, and I'm happy with my shooting percentage with them. So I'm thinking real seriously about switching to 4s as quickly as possible, but I've got half a case of 2s, but I didn't like how those patterned, so I'm really thinking about making the switch and going to 4s for big ducks as well.
Yeah, for me, I've done 4s for ducks. I've done 2s just to cover both, and I've done double Bs for geese. But this year I bought a case of number 2s for ducks and geese. I still do have a lot of 6s for teal, and kind of the same line with you, Elliot. I've been really happy kind of with the shooting percentage with the 6s and just the lethality as well. And I know that probably doesn't necessarily transfer over to big ducks, but I mean, if it's patterning that well, and you're shooting them in the head with the number 6s, it seems like it might do the job. So I might kind of tinker with that, and if I have issues with birds not falling, then I'll jump off of it real quick. But I know, kind of like as a standard, nobody really shoots 6s at big ducks. So
I have known of one guy that did shoot 6s, so I wouldn't mind trying. I certainly love how the 6s patterned, and we're so stingy about how close we get birds in to shoot at them. We pass up so many shots at 35 plus that I think I'd probably be okay shooting 6s. But then there's that time every now and then where, you know, the ducks aren't coming in close and you just want to have something other than a 6, and I don't know.
Yeah, that makes sense as well. And for geese, Thomas?
Oh, I didn't hear the questions. Sorry.
Shot size for geese?
Number 2s as well, but I would like to get a case of BBs for them.
Yeah, I shot 2s and BB, but I mean, I honestly that was in Canada, and those are right in your face, like literally like 10 yards. So I honestly think 4s would have killed them, honestly. But so this year's gonna be different. We're gonna be doing more goose hunts, so I'll probably get a better. I would say 2s, I think's even fine, but BB works good too.
Matt?
BB too. I'll run the 2s when I'm duck hunting and have the chance to shoot at geese. But otherwise, if I'm field hunting or whatever, I'll just run BB.
Elliot?
Yeah, we stick with 2s, and we do just fine killing them with 2s, but
Yeah.
on our shot selection.
The only time I've had trouble with 2s is super late season, but if you're hitting them in the head, they're not going to grow a fat pad on their head. But late season up here in the north, they just get a super thick, 1/4 of an inch plus fat pad, and it's like body armor, honestly. So I don't mind running the double Bs late season, especially. But kind of a little side note, my first year waterfowling using the Browning A5 20 gauge with number 4s, I shot a triple with geese. So shot size doesn't have to necessarily be there if you're shooting them in the head. What am I missing, Elliot? I know there's a couple I'm missing out of this
Habitat where you prefer to hunt.
Oh, okay, yeah. Do you guys like marshes or like rivers? Just go ahead and say your favorite habitat to hunt.
Swamps, I guess.
Dry field's really cool. I did like the dry field. I don't mind wearing waders and getting out in the muck and mire like we always do, but that was pretty cool actually. Just basically wear, regular shoes and some jeans. It was pretty nice.
Nice. Matt?
Sand hills, marshes, and there's pretty good hunting too.
Nice. Elliot?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with shallow prairie marshes in a layout boat with just a huge wide open spaces.
Nice. I'm gonna go with urban decorative ponds. No, I'm just kidding. I'll go with probably just like little marshes that are cut off the river that wouldn't even necessarily, I don't know what you'd classify them as, just like little runoffs of creeks and overflows of rivers. You get a lot of birds moving through the river and they'll hop over to those small holes. So that's probably my favorite place to hunt. All right, well, I guess that's probably all for the lightning round. Let's kind of jump back into talking about ducks, and I guess we didn't say ducks or geese. Let's just go around real quick, say ducks or geese. I'm ducks.
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 Ducks here. Yep.
Dang it, guys! It's
Me too.
it's I might have to retire that question because everybody is ducks all the way around, except we've had a couple. We're like 40 on ducks, and like 2 people have said geese. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and talk about duck hunting. So Thomas, do you got any plans for late season coming into goose or duck hunting out there in Virginia?
It really, out here is just so weather dependent that I haven't really locked anything up yet. The only thing I can say is me and my buddy Chase, we were talking about the eastern shore of Virginia here. They get thousands on thousands on thousands of black ducks out there.
Oh, wow.
It seems to be just about the only duck you shoot out there, though. So we're planning on maybe making a trip out there. And with the increased bag limit, it was basically just going out there and both shooting 2 of our black ducks in the morning and then calling the quiz. But I think it would be really cool hunting out on the eastern shore of Virginia, something we've never done before, or I've never done before.
Yeah, that has to be one of the most rare ducks. I was kind of looking through the global stats on Elliot's freelance hunt stats or FDH hunt stats. I can't remember the exact name, but
Freelance hunt stats.
Freelance hunt stats. But I think black ducks was one of the least common on there as far as what people have recorded, even lower than pintails and a lot of them. So that'll be pretty cool to get a couple of those.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard that they're a lot more wary than even mallards. Is that your experience, Thomas? That they're different than a mallard, or you feel like they're pretty much the same? As far as
No, they're.
how easy
I
it is
could
to get them.
say they're really different from a mallard. I had spots last year where I'd have mallards come and feed down the decoys, and every time I'd work a black duck, he'd either come in from over my head or flare at the last second. They are super wary. I think they don't like to land without black duck decoys in the hole area. That's what I've heard. So I got some black duck decoys for that this year, and they just. I don't really know what it is. They just seem to be smarter than mallards. Just the truth of it. They seem to be smarter and a bit more wary. I've heard examples of them flaring off live ducks before. Not even wanting to. They'll go land by themselves just because they're so wary.
So I've heard as well, talking about confidence decoys, that one of the confidence decoys people will go with a lot of times is black ducks because of those reasons. And other ducks are less wary when they see black ducks there.
Yep. And they also have a really good contrast, apparently, especially in like if the sun's shining real brightly, that black's gonna show up off the water.
Nice. All right, Titus, what do you got going on this season?
It's just gonna be, the public land. I mean, I love it. So, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love it. It's just the challenges of it. A lot of things have changed by the end of last year that have gotten a lot better for us personally, because we found kind of some new places. It's basically going to be all like the grasslands, basically here in Central California, and I love it. I wouldn't have any other way. I mean, I said about the dry field hunts, but technically, it's just that's how I started in the grasslands. In the tules, in the knee-deep water, sometimes above wastewater, and I love it out there. So the way California's got it set up, I'm sure there's other states too. You put in for these reservations, and if you get drawn, depending on what number you get is how you go in. So we put in for that every year. It's kind of hard to get, but when you do, a lot of the places up northern California where we hunt, you will have those ponds to yourself, like they're assigned to you. So that takes out a lot of the, guys coming in on you on 40 yards, 50 yards, and you're like, that's just the joys of public land hunting. Sometimes you can't help people doing that too, but usually we'll move if someone does that to us, or, but like now this year, I think it's going to be a lot better because it's going to be either a assigned blind or it's going to be an assigned pond, and you got that whole pond yourself, and you can let birds work, and it won't be so, you better take this one or you're not going to get another chance type of deal,
Awesome.
And that's nice, because I don't like hunting like that, but that's just kind of how it is out here a lot, honestly.
So kind of one thing, talking about rare ducks that I'm jealous of people who hunt in California is the amount of pintails that you guys end up getting. So yeah, kind of you guys, how often do you guys get pintails?
Oh man, it's crazy. We lose some guys here.
Yeah, it looks like we lost him. I'll go ahead and add him back in.
Want me to keep going?
Yep, go ahead.
Yeah, so it's back to 2 pintails, so that's gonna be nice, because I'd be honest with you, Jordan, it was so many pintails this last year. Everybody on all the refuges was like, why did they drop it down to 1? Because it's insane, and like you almost don't want to kill your first pintail right away because you're afraid. You just got to be so vigilant watching for these other ducks. Like, oh man, if it's the way the sun is, if it's an overcast day, it's hard to tell. You got to wait till they're right there. Okay, and then confirm what bird it is. But there's definitely a high amount. There was a high amount of pintails last year.
Nice. It looks like we lost you, Matt, but we got you back in here.
Okay.
So we lost Elliot as well. I'll get him back in here, but go ahead and talk about your upcoming season and what you got going on.
We're gonna do those 3 weeks in the Sandhills. Maybe go back up there after our closer season opens up, on how the scouting looks and what the weather does. Plan gonna actually go duck hunting out of state for the first time ever, so I'm pretty pumped about that. And then, you know, we actually got a cornfield to hunt around here too. I've hunted geese in actual field. I've hunted them in like pastures and stuff or meadows, but not in a field. So break out the layout lines. And
Awesome. Yeah, sounds like a lot of fun. Elliot, you want to go ahead and kind of give a brief overview of your plans for your season?
Well, I always preseason kind of put up a hunt calendar of when our trips are going to be, and I mean, we in-state trips. So we're not leaving the state this year, but we've got multiple trips to different locations planned out. One on the October 13th, one on November 14th, and then Jordan, you're going to come down and hunt with me in December. But everything's looking really, really good right now. We were really hurting on water, and the hurricane blew up through, and that really helped. So, looking at all our hunt locations, it's looking like it's going to be a really good year. Hopefully, weather, you know, as long as we get some good cold fronts, I think we're going to have a really good year, and I'm excited about it for sure.
Awesome. You know, for me, my season, you know, I'm going to hunt as much as I can locally on my own, as well as I got a new gig filming for, you know, a local company around here. So I'll be doing kind of double duty hunting and filming. And so I can't complain about that. And yeah, and I'm definitely going to be doing more exploring, as much as exploring and expanding out as I can. You know, I already have this year gone down to Kentucky for some teal hunting, went to southern Indiana for teal hunting as well. And, you know, I'm just going to try to keep doing that because it's a lot of fun to kind of get around and hunt different places and see different places and get after some ducks and do what we all love.
I'm excited too because my boys are now like 16, 15, 14. So they're going to come out hunting a lot more with us. I've already had, and I've got like 3 more videos that are coming out now. I've already had Simeon's been in a couple videos, Nevin and Elijah have been in a video. So I'm real excited to get the boys out more. And every time one of the boys has went with us, they've shot their limit so far this year. So I'm really excited about that, having the boys in the videos more often.
Nice. All right. If you guys in the chat have any questions, go ahead and drop them real quick. And while they're doing that, guys, let's go ahead and let everybody know where they can find you on social media, YouTube, Instagram, the whole, just everything. Yeah. Go ahead, Thomas.
So I have Instagram and Facebook. So Instagram and Facebook are both VA Outdoors Unlimited. I post regularly on the Instagram, Facebook. I'm still kind of starting to get into. And then, of course, I have my YouTube channel, which is Virginia Outdoors Unlimited. And that's all I have at the moment.
All right, Titus.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram and Facebook at just Mid-Valley Mercenaries. And yeah, it's a fun name to try to spell mercenaries. So they usually figure it out in the search bar. Those platforms will figure it out for you. You should be able to find us.
Nice. Matt?
Yeah, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Full 30 High Prairie Sportsmen. Twitter handles High Prairie.
Awesome. And if you guys want to join all of us, we're all in the Fellowship of the Duck Gun Facebook group. If you guys want to check us out there as well. But make sure to subscribe to all these guys on YouTube. They got content coming out all season long. They definitely do a great job, and I enjoy watching all of your channels. So check them out there for sure. And if you're looking for them, they're all on my sidebar on my YouTube. Quick link to find them from there. So let's see. First question we got is the update for you, Elliot.
So she had her surgery on Friday. We hunted Friday morning and then took her in dropped her off. She had her surgery for her torn ACL that afternoon. Picked her up on Saturday, and so it's only been 3 or 4 days. And I mean, she was totally gimp when we picked her up, and the scar is nasty looking. If you follow me on Instagram, you've seen some of this stuff at Freelance Duck Hunting. But she's already starting to put some weight on it, and I'm icing it down and running her through some kind of physical therapy. But I'm really surprised at how well she's actually moving on it already. It was kind of a non-traditional surgery, and I can't remember the name of it, but they actually use monofilament line, and somehow it's not an actual full-blown ACL surgery because those cost about $4,000. It's the use of monofilament line to somehow act as like a binding agent to keep the knee in place. And I wish I could explain it better, but a little less invasive. But she's already putting a lot of weight on it, and I think by our November 14th trip, that's when I am planning on hopefully having her come back. So I feel really, really blessed that I was able to start that GoFundMe account, and people, I mean, I had the money I needed within a couple days and got it right the next week. So we got on it, and man, super, super blessed that 11-year-old dog's going to be out hunting in the field again that quickly after an ACL tear. So she's doing great. She's doing great.
Awesome. And looks like we don't have a lot of questions rolling in here, but you guys, I'll give you guys all.
Well,
my dad
was asking one about where Virginia. I don't know if you look back in it. Which side of something or other?
Do you hunt the west side of the Blue Ridge, Thomas?
So one of my friends' farms 2 years ago, the first video I put out on a little small like creek, that's west of the Blue Ridge, and that's a little private property creek that they always plant with a ton of Japanese millet in there, and the birds just get in there super thick. And besides that, I hunt one lake that's just about in West Virginia, and I hunt that very sparingly. The ducks and geese seem to move through there super quick, and only when it's really cold. So a little bit of hunting west of the Blue Ridge, but most of our hunting is east of the Blue Ridge.
Nice. And then he asked as well if you hunt the Chesapeake Bay.
So I have never hunted the Chesapeake Bay before. It's kind of a really hard area to hunt. Out there we have blind laws, so if you can't hunt within 500 yards of a licensed blind, and pretty much all the areas out there that are good are blinded. That's just kind of the rule east of Interstate 95 around here. All the good areas are blinded unless they're on public land, and those are really hammered hard. So nope, never hunted the Chesapeake Bay, but I do plan on hunting kind of the Chesapeake Bay when I hunt the Eastern Shore, and I might be targeting sea ducks a couple times on the Chesapeake Bay this year.
Nice. And looks like I got a question from Jake J. Fishing. Have you ever thought of hunting the Great Lakes? I have thought of it, but I don't have a layout boat or anything like that, or the equipment to really get out there. So that won't be in my plans in the near future. And then as well as Tucker asks, see any big ducks in northern Indiana? I have seen a few, but not a ton. They're always in the local spots that you can go look down by the river or places like that. But yeah, we're still waiting kind of. Once season rolls in, that's when we'll get the big numbers in. Then Sean is asking about Danny Boy. Is he gonna be? Yeah. What was the question? Something about Danny Boy.
Yeah, I've had a lot of questions about Dan lately because he hasn't been in any of our videos this year. And unfortunately, when he got this tick bite, it's kind of Lone Star tick, something like that, and he became allergic to all red meat and fowl. So he can no longer eat any waterfowl whatsoever. And when that happened, he basically lost his desire to go out hunting. So I don't know when he's going to be with us. I'm not sure he'll even be with us this year. So I know a lot of people are disappointed about that, me being one of them, but he can't eat what he kills. And so it's just kind of taken all the passion away out of him for it.
Does that go away? Cause I didn't really question him too much, but Quack Addicts said that he had it and it was gone. So
it can go away. It doesn't always, but it can go away. And someone said, because he ate those 2 possums, right? And I guess possums eat ticks, just like that's one of the main courses on their diet. And I'm curious. I wonder if you can transfer it that way. I don't know.
Huh?
But
that'd be interesting.
That would really suck if that stupid possum is what gave him that. That would just
that'd be terrible.
Kind of a funny end to the story, but at the same
Revenge
time,
of the possum.
Yeah, we're all bummed that he's not coming with it, because quite honestly, it's just always more fun when Dan is there. It just is. So, but that's just how it goes.
All right. It looks like that's about it for the questions. So, kind of last chance. You guys want to say anything to your viewers? Anything like that? Go ahead, Thomas.
Nothing much. Good luck to everybody this season. Should be a lot of fun. I'm going to be, hunting a few new areas, but I'm really looking forward to all y'all's videos. And y'all have already put out some really, really good videos. So got me pumped up for some teal hunting. We'll see how I do in the morning. Going to be driving out in about 5 hours. So going to be heading to bed right soon after this.
Good luck out there. And Titus?
Yeah, I just want to say I appreciate everybody that's supported the channel and all of our channels, and really the friendships that I never would have if it wouldn't have been for having a YouTube channel. So it's super cool meeting you guys that are awesome, good people, and a lot of other people that, that I can't mention because it's just so many people. It's like, it's pretty neat. It's really neat, and I appreciate everybody's support and stuff like that. And I'm looking forward to this year. And like Virginia Outdoors said, I'm wishing everybody luck, that they have an awesome season.
Awesome. Matt?
Yeah, going off what Titus was saying, I can't believe, we're like this community we've built or are still building. It's so crazy that, our passion can bring us all together like this. It's really cool. Good luck hunting to everyone, all you guys and all our subscribers. Really appreciate the support from everybody.
All righty. Elliot, you want to jump in on this too?
I'm just glad season's here. I'm glad season's here, and we are off to a hot start, and life couldn't be better.
Awesome. All right, folks, that's all we got for tonight. I'm Jordan from Duck Gun Chronicles, co-host Elliot from Freelance Duck Hunting, Thomas Thomas from Virginia Outdoors Unlimited, Titus from, did I say that right?
Yep.
Mid-Valley Mercenary,
Yep.
Matt from High Prairie Sportsmen. Thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in to all of our videos, tuning into the podcast, and we'll see you guys next week.